Moving out! This is Delta Command. We're moving up the hill. We're gonna push through S2. Where's my left flank? Push up over the wounded on the left. Keep the line, come on. Take the right side. Yep. Kill cords. Up, tap.
And wait for HQ. Suicide mission it is.
We can wait 20 minutes after our suicide mission for HQ.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do a suicide mission. Why not just give them their kill cards? Give them the kill cards.
And the problem is, it's not that Rhythm is doing a good job.
He's doing a mediocre job, probably.
It's just...
Yeah.
He's doing a job.
He's doing something.
I can show you what he's doing because I'm talking with him.
Hello and welcome to part 3 of my Bellum 2021 series. And as we know, in this series we go over Bellum 2021, what it was for me. We saw last week that we captured the radio station and that we were moving up to assist our fellow Sparta people in taking in the harbor. And you also saw that that was not going as we planned. So after we got shut out, we moved up to Sierra 2 to respawn, and basically the plan was just go up the harbor and try to capture it. And that was basically the whole plan. We were going to try to move up along the coastline to keep as low profile as possible to not be detected by any enemies, because we know that enemy forces are respawning here and they keep supplying new troops up to the harbor. We also knew that there were still coming boats out of the harbor, but we had no idea where they were going to. We had no idea where all the other troops were. We had no idea where all the Sparta people were. We just know that the people that are on the respawn point are dead and we are taking them up to the harbor. But before we go any further, do you remember this part?
We're gonna push through S2, but I think they just delivered new QR codes.
Okay.
So can you scan them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that squad was moving up to the radio tower to collect those QR codes, and I forgot to use the footage of that. So I want to show that footage that I forgot to add in the previous video.
Second, listen up. Command thinks that new QR code has been arrived at S3. Our mission currently is to go there and try to seize as much as possible. If we fail, we're gonna link up at S2, and then after that we have harbor.
Nope.
Let's see if we can scan it at the same time. No, don't scan it yet.
Here you can see Squad 1 and Squad 2 going back to Sierra 2 to assist on the attack on the harbor. They did their job on the radio tower and now they're rallying up again with the rest of the platoon. Both squads did an amazing job on holding the island and getting as much points as possible. And after they linked up with us on Sierra 2, we were able to go in again as a platoon.
What do you mean by? We're going with them.
This is how Swedish people behave in the wild.
I know! I saved them already one time. Yep. Come on. I think we can raid their tent. Doing it. Don't sit in the sun. Right, let's go. Sparta! Sparta!
It's fucking talking.
Sparta! Sparta! Lisa, go and check. Delta Command, I will make contact with the others.
Down the hill again, Rob.
Yeah, just keep going that way. Hey, spread out the people, spread out the people. Simon! Yep. Simon, you're in front. Take your squad up front. Fort.
We prioritize the objective, right?
Yeah. We got Sparta people there that are in contact, so we can go.
Yeah.
So harbor.
Yeah, harbor.
Yeah, left. Harbor. Push. Lead the way.
Because we got shot out on this hill, we knew that there were still enemy forces at that area, so we tried to avoid that as much as possible. But while we were moving up along the coastline, we got in contact with the enemy forces on the other side. So I split off one of my squads to keep the rear as clear as possible, and the other people are moving up along the coastline onto our objective. We had no information about the size of the enemy on the other side of the road, so yeah, they will just have to hold as long as possible.
Simon in front, we in middle, Ace at the back. Chris. Spacing tussen de twee. Simon is front. Left. Simon, hold. Ace, if you think that the contact is too big, break off and follow us, over. Fort, any IDs? Any IDs? We're still fighting.
While moving up, we saw that there were enemy troops coming in from the harbor up to where our other squad was located, so we contacted our rear forces with that information so they could prepare for another battle. We also saw some other Sparta troops on the road, but we tried to keep as clear as possible from any contact so we could continue our mission to take in the harbor. At this point we're closing up really close to the harbor, but we know that there are enemy vehicles parked on the road, and we don't have that much room to maneuver around them. So we have to get up a little bit closer to see what's going on there.
Dead drags plus car.
What do you car?
Can't see if the cars are active.
No, there are no blinking lights. No.
Just go. Yeah, I know. You have to take it out. We can't cross. We just have to go.
Crew car? I think it's a crew car. I'm not sure, but let's go for it because they will respawn at some point.
You guys are ready to flank. If we get in contact, get on the other side of the room and cover them. Go. Let's go. It's not us. It's not us. Yeah, it's not us. Stop. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Pull back. Pull back. Low, 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 low. Go. Whoa, whoa, cross the road, cross the road. We have to try something. I think the cars are like this, so you can't hit the... Fuck. Let's go. Let's go.
While moving up to the cars, we noticed that the cars were nose to nose, so we were not able to destroy the cars. But both cars had light machine guns on them, and they were firing pretty accurate on our location. So we had to fall back and execute our backup plan and move around the hill and try to get around them. But before we could do that, we had to rally up again at this location and see how many people we lost during our retreat.
Boy. Do we got Lisa? That's the harbor. There is a fucking puzzle piece. There is a fucking puzzle piece. Didn't got any mission.
So at this point, we managed to sneak around the harbor and are located around here on this small hill. Again, we had no idea what was going on. We heard cars moving in and out, we heard people coming up and down the road, we heard shots, we heard a lot of stuff, but the thing that we didn't hear was any communication from our HQ or other platoons. So we're basically blind behind the harbor. Also on that hill, we found a puzzle piece, and because I was there last year and the year before, I know there were missions with puzzle pieces, but we didn't know about any missions. So we were discussing if we are going to take the puzzle piece with us or not. Because we didn't have any communication with our HQ or didn't got that mission from HQ, we just decided to take the puzzle piece with us and see what was going on while we made it back to base or died.
As close as possible. Simon, we gotta check the harbor. Stay here. That's the point. one is dead. Fuck it. No? It's ours. The fuck? Go in, go in. Go into the forest. Go into the forest. What? Where?
When we came up to the harbor, we noticed that the harbor was completely abandoned. There were no friendly forces, there were no enemy forces, and apparently our friendly forces already took the harbor and we had no idea that they already took it. So the people that were firing upon us, that might have been Sparta, we had no idea. So what we decided to do, we were just going back on the road to see what was going on, and if we die, we die, and I'll just go back to base and have to talk with HQ about this. Because at this point, I was getting a little bit frustrated.
I don't know. I think it's Legion.
I have it.
That's Legion.
That's Legion.
Are we going to give up? Just give them a kill card?
Shoot me. I'm gonna give them one.
If they don't shoot you?
If they shoot me, they don't get one because I'm already been healed once.
Oh yeah. Fuck, there are a lot of guns pointing at us.
Yeah, I know.
Hurt!
Thank you. Thank you.
Fast fire! Fast fire! Are you going to come with me to the HQ tent? You don't have to.
We shall see.
What up, boys?
I give up. I give fuck it.
Fuck the Pope.
Where can I put my complaints about HQ?
As rhythm. With rhythm.
I'm gonna talk to Henrik about it because communication is just
It's dead.
it's nothing,
Yeah.
and
I know.
we have no idea what's going on at all.
Me neither. I didn't even know. I just
But you're
Get out
HQ,
there.
right?
The last 2 hours we've like made up
I
our
went
own
on a
missions.
mission that never exists.
Well, I will go to HQ.
You will go to HQ.
I went to.
Ace has been hit.
Well, we have the dock. So
Yeah, we took the harbor.
We took the harbor.
Ah, nice.
Just find the puzzle.
There was like
plus a point.
nobody there anymore.
So yeah, at this point you might have noticed that I got a little bit frustrated with how our HQ was operating. And at the end of the video, I want to go over a little bit of how our HQ operated and what was going on. Now, HQ is one of the most important parts of your team to keep your team moving forward. And the task of that HQ is to make sure that you have a really good time and that you can complete as much missions as possible. But there is one aspect that is really important in that, and it is to have some communication going. And being an HQ is not an easy job. It's really demanding and you're responsible for a lot of people's game. And our HQ had a few flaws, but I can only speak from my perspective and what I noticed while I was doing my job in the game. I also never took up an HQ role in the past. The biggest role that I had was platoon leader, and that was in Belém or Birgit. Now, as a platoon leader, it's my job to make sure that everybody in my platoon has a good time and to complete as much missions as possible. And because of that, I stepped out of the game and went to talk to HQ about it. And I wanted to do two things. One, I wanted to complain about what was going on, and two, I wanted to see how I can help to get everything back on the rails again. Now, the first part, that was really easy. I could just say whatever that was bothering me and they listened to my complaints. Because there was no communication going on, there was no backup, there was no plan, there was no preparation at all in how we were going to proceed in the next hours. And if there was a plan, I didn't know about it. Now, the problem with going to HQ and telling my complaints and trying to see if I can fix it was that not everybody in HQ wanted to listen to what I was going to say or was hearing what I was saying. And instead of listening and hearing what I was saying, they just blamed it on different things. And because of that, I switched to the second thing, try to make things better or smoother to make sure that everybody has a good time. Now, I started off to help to set up some communication on our smartphones. We use Telegram to do that. So we had a communication channel going for our platoon leaders. I also changed up the RS Alpha setup and I tried to explain as much as possible on how RS Alpha worked. Now, it doesn't sound that much, but communication and RS Alpha was the backbone of getting the missions out there to the platoon leaders and to be able to do something in the game. And at this point, I didn't really care about their battle plans or how they were going to proceed in the next hours. I just wanted to get that communication going, so if they have any plans, they were able to send it to us. After more than an hour talking to HQ to try to fix things and try to communicate with them, I was exhausted. And not because I was running in the field the whole day, it was like mentally exhausted of trying to cope with the situation and try to fix it. I sat down with my platoon and we discussed and talked about what the next day would be. And after that, I went to my bed to have some sleep and try to get a good night's rest to be able to get up early in the morning. But not everybody went to sleep, and we had one squad out there all night doing crazy stuff. They were in the fight all night long to score as much points as possible to get us back onto the board. But more about that in the next video.
I think he's still alive. Yeah, that one.
Ja, byten är här!
Comes in direction and the scout down. Se runt överallt.
You have a box, take it to HQ.
Okay.
Shut up!